What's up, guys? So I want to jump straight into a new deck profile, incorporating the new support and how you can be running the deck list moving forward. I really like the new stuff that they got. Honestly, I think it boosts the ceiling up a lot, and it's kind of like it's a version of the deck that I've been wanting to try for a while, and it's something that I think is going to be really cool. So there's just a couple things that I'm teching in for the new cards that we're putting in. It's the whole deck is full engine now, like absolutely completely one engine to get everything going. And we're not using all of the support actually. I'm just incorporating one Nergal, one Delight, one of the fusion trap cards, and then actually I'm teching in for this build in particular. I'm playing two back to the front. So there's not enough like generic Monster Reborn cards in the game. So back to the front is the next best thing. And we do play mostly to go first and to grind. So this card is actually really good in this version of the deck. On Superbia and then to trigger anything else, like it works really well. So with this list, we're going to be focusing on being able to set up Delight, and then tributing Morningstar on your opponent's turn. So it's essentially the standard board with the two Darklords, Ukoback trap set, Spell Engrave. The only difference that you'd be doing is you'd be linking up, and then you'd be searching out your Morningstar, and then you in Engrave you would get your Delight in rotation. So you would have to prioritize getting this in rotation instead of like a trap or however your sequence goes. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shuffle this up, and I'm going to show you kind of like a hand and see like what kind of a turn one we can do. The reason why I'm playing Nergal here, just so you know, is with Superbia, now you have access to like really good rank 8 plays. Since Superbia can't summon out Superbia itself, like if you need to go into any of like rank 8s that either something like Hope Harbinger or something to like out a board, like it just makes it a lot easier. So I'll get this shuffled up now. Okay, get a power shuffle in here. Okay, then we'll do a final cut, and then we'll draw our 5. Amdusc, Foolish Goods, Ukoback. Okay. Alright, so we just start off with the Upstart, of course, into a Tez, which is now a 1 of. We'll go for Foolish Goods here, and we'll see if we can, what board we can set up with the resources that we are given here. So I'll go ahead and Amdusc. We'll discard these two, get the Banishment. We'll use Banishment to grab our Contact. Let's see. The play we could make is to go Ukoback for Superbia, but that doesn't set up Delight and Morningstar on the next turn, which is what we're trying to do with the new build. So we'll go Contact here first on Amdusc. Let's see, Amdusc can go ahead and copy Contact on Tez. Let's see, how could we sequence a Delight play? Let's go ahead and use Tez. So we'll pay 2,000 life points already. We'll search another Contact here. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'll normal summon the Ukoback. I'll use Ukoback's effects, and here's where we're going to send the Delight. So we do need the Delight in rotation somehow. And then since we searched that contact, I'll go ahead and I don't even have the link yet just because I've been in quarantine, but I'll link these two for a condemned Darklord. Okay, we'll use her effect, we'll discard that contact, and we'll search our Morningstar. So what is this board that we now have? We have the trap card, we have our Darklord, and we have the Link monster as well, right? Not only that, we did get a very strong setup going here. With Morningstar in hand, we can banish from graveyard in order to tribute it. And then with the new support of Delight, we would be able to bring her out through Amdusc. So let's say at any moment when your opponent has 2 monsters on the field, you can trigger Amdusc, copy Contact. Contact can summon out Delight. Delight gets summoned out in defense. You would be presumably in the main phase, so you could use Delight's quick effect to tribute summon on your opponent's turn. You could and then you would use the passive effect of the Link monster by banishing these two. Banishing these two, tribute summoning Morningstar on your opponent's turn. Morningstar would trigger. Since they have 2 monsters on the field, you could then summon an Ukoback. And I would do like Nasten, maybe the new level 8 as well. So yeah, let's go with Nergal, the new level 8. I think it has the most attack except for Tez. Summon the Nergal there. Okay, on your opponent's turn here, Ukoback can trigger, sending another new card, which is the Rebellious Darklord. And now you have an extra copy Darklord, so you can copy the trap card, shuffle it back, get rid of your 3, which would be your Delight, your Ukoback, your Morningstar, special summon out the new fusion monster, which has 4,000 attack, and when it's special summon or when it's fusion summoned, it destroys all cards on your opponent's side of the field. Also has a quick effect to special summon one of these guys out from the graveyard in defense. So you already have another form of recursion, and it's 4,000 attack. Also, none of your, I believe it's Dark Fairies, can be targeted by card effects. So it's quite the bomb, and pretty much forces your opponent to never put 2 monsters on the field. And this is just the standard base setup. If you open up really strong, you can already be able to like proc this. But yeah, this is standard setup, and it like kind of locks them. If they put 2 monsters up, then you can just explode like this. And then we still have our trap here as well, which can be an extra form of interaction. And then the follow-ups are just insane no matter what we draw. And Condemned can search. The fusion can summon one of them from the graveyard. Any of these can copy. We have the Ukoback, and they can send Banishment as well. Okay, so take these 2 away. I think that was actually a pretty nice showcase. Maybe I'll do like one more hand. But I think that was a pretty cool showcase, actually, of what the deck's going to be doing moving forward and how you can set up a board. That was definitely a more linear hand, one of the more weaker hands that you could open. But it still had, like, it still got you there to full combo, so. Okay. Draw 5. Goods, Allure, Enchantment, Rebellion, and Nergal. Okay, so this is not a hand you really want to see, but we'll dig with Allure, see what we get. Draw 2, Superbia, and Banishment. So we got there. We'll get probably... This is a hard pick here because we need a copy Darklord, but Superbia is what allows us to get to the link super easily. So let's see how I can sequence this out here. So if we get rid of this, we can search at most. We can search an Amdusc to get us a contact out. Contact summoning the Nergal and Amdusc. But that way there's no way to get Delight in rotation. Let's see if we go Banishment here for Nasten. We'll discard the Nergal and the enchantment, summon out Nasten. Then we'll go Foolish Goods. Foolish Goods will send Contact. Let's see. Foolish Goods should probably send a Banishment here, actually. I'm thinking it should. Yeah. And then we'll use Nasten on that Banishment to get Contact. This is banished over here. We'll contact out that Nergal. Nergal is going to copy Banishment to search Ukoback. Ukoback is going to normal summon and use the effect to send Delight. Then we'll, let's see, I believe, can't actually remember the defense of Nergal. I know it's 27 attack, but we'll just link with whichever ones have the lower defense into Condemned. We'll use Condemned. We'll discard Rebellion from our hand, and then we'll search Morningstar. So here we have the setup again. On follow-up, Nasten into Contact, into Delight, and then we have 2 engraved to banish from Morningstar's Tribute, which is incredibly strong. So at any moment when your opponent has 2 monsters on the field, you can pretty much nuke their entire board by bringing out the fusion.